York's classic rock, Q1043.
My friend DJ Envy is here, who hosts the Breakfast Club, which is heard in about 100 cities across the United States. It originates from the studios of Power 105.1, New York's home for hip-hop and R&B, which is right down the hall. And as I'm looking at him and hearing rock and roll all night, I'm quite aware that there have been plenty of all-nighters for my friend Envy, who arrives in the morning before the sun comes up. And more than once, I've seen him when he has had an hour's sleep, 2 hours sleep because of a nighttime appearance in a nightclub. And he is joined by his very beautiful wife, Gia Casey. Mrs. Casey, it's so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
And DJ Envy, that's how I was introduced to him. And when I see him every morning, I say, hello, Envy. But actually, that's not the name on his birth certificate.
No, it's Rashawn.
And I heard that he had a book coming out. So I said, well, that's cool. I'm going to have to get this book. I wonder what it's going to be about. I wonder if he's going to tell us all those stories of what happened after midnight. I wondered if he was going to take us deep into the hip-hop world and reveal all that goes on in that sub-genre of the entertainment world, which is a pretty dominant genre, actually, at the moment. Or maybe a book about cars, because among other things, besides a podcast with his wife Gia, and his nightclub appearances and his radio show and the other things that he does, he has a car show that he takes on the road all over the country, which is really successful.
Yes.
Really successful. And so the book arrived. And guess what?
What?
It's about family life.
Yes.
It's a guide to raising empowered children. It's called Real Life, Real Family. And one of the big name hip hop guys in the whole United States wrote a book about fun, yes, but also about faith and family.
That's right.
Yes.
And what a pleasure it was to read. Congratulations to you both.
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Now, Envy, I'm picturing your wife Gia's face during a certain circumstance that happened in both of your lives. Well, it went beyond both of your lives. It also had to do with one of your children. So you're sitting there doing whatever you're doing, Envy, thinking whatever you're thinking. One of your children asks to do something, and you go, no. And, you know, your child still wants to do it. And you go, no. Raising your voice a little bit.
Right?
And that's it. That's it. That's all. No. Dad says no.
Correct.
Well, Mom admonished Dad. Mom said to Dad, that's not how you do it. You don't say no. You say why. You say no. And not only that, Dad, but when your child is asking to do something, maybe it'd be a good idea to find out why your child wants to do that.
Correct.
Instead of just taking, a second of your time to turn around and say no. It sounds so simple, but that's pretty profound advice, Mrs. Casey.
Well, thank you.
And how did he take that? Like a puppy with his tail between his legs, or did he fight back a little bit? I mean, what's the deal?
Well, we have 6 kids. Our older 2 are 23 and 21. So we tried this with our older kids because when it comes to the second set, the remaining 4, there's about 9 or 10 years between my 21-year-old and my 11-year-old. So we had a lot of time to think about our parenting before we became parents again for the second time. But when I tried that with our first 2, I was met with a lot of resistance because, as he would happily tell you, he's the son of a retired police officer, detective.
NYPD.
Yes. And he was also in the military. So that's the way that he was raised. And if you ask why, it's because I said so. And that's how so many parents parent. But I was raised in a household where my parents explained everything to me. And it was a gift. It was a blessing because it created so much trust. So that when they did tell me no to something, I learned to respect it. And I knew that they had my best interest at heart because my parents always encouraged fun and a life well lived.
So it also is a blessing, obviously, to your children.
Yes.
But how did Mr. Hard ass over here?
We fought. We and over and over again. We bumped heads. He completely disagreed. He thought to himself that they don't deserve an explanation.
Well, because respect and discipline and authority is also important. You have to
Absolutely.
find the balance, which you also get into in this
Yes,
book.
yes. Respect is important, but you want your kids to respect you because they innately do, not because they're told to respect you. Because true respect is lost in that way of thinking. You want them to feel the trust. You want them to feel the respect, and so you receive it. It's like me telling you, love me. You're not going to love me just because I tell you. If you're scared of me, you might act as though you love me when I'm around, but do you really love me? No. You have to.
Well, I don't, but I don't think it would be hard.
Calm down.
I mean, at this point, I like you.
I like you a lot.
Give me a few hours.
But the whole, there are so many lessons in real life, real family.
Yes.
That was just one that I brought up. Another, because it's thought provoking. You know, I'm a parent. Of course, my son is an adult, you know, with his own kids, and I had one, not six. But there's so many things in this book that are thought provoking. For instance, it's generally accepted by most parents that it's a good and cool thing to go attend like your kids' athletic events. You know, like I was at Skyrink at 3:00 in the morning, you know, on a Saturday watching my kid play hockey and stuff like that. But you emphasize that it isn't good to just praise them for just to be there for their accomplishments. That you have to be there with them outside of what would seem like your parental duty to go show up at the baseball game or the basketball game, but to show up for other things in their lives as well.
Yeah, we say, you know, kids see love as time, time. And since we have 6 kids, we try to spend time with each one of our kids, not just going to, like you said, the soccer game or the football game, but understanding what they like, understanding what they enjoy, feeding into them. Gia is the best trait about Gia. Her superpower is patience. She can sit there for hours at a time as a kid tells you about their locker and how they designed the locker and what they put on the locker. She can sit there for hours at a time as a kid is talking about, our 3-year-old's talking about her potty experience. And she sits there and she's engaged. And, you know, half the times I'm like, hey, can you come back a little bit? The Knicks are on, you know? But she's taught me that with that patience, it's like she said, you develop a trust, you develop a love. So now they don't look for the outside world for anything. They come home for it. You know, in this world of social media, you don't want your kids finding to be recognized on social media. You don't want them to ask questions on social media. You want them to come to you because I think we all know a lot of the stuff we see on social media is lies. It's not fact driven. So the fact that they can actually come home and say, Dad, this was my day. I love you. What do you think about this? And you actually listen, and not just to listen in like, yeah, okay. I'm talking about be patient and ask questions, be engaged. It changes the kid's mentality.
Well, Envy, Gia, when you were 15-year-old sweethearts in school in Queens, 15-year-olds.
Yes.
Could you even imagine a world that you would inhabit someday with 6 children
No.
and having your big family and your whole? I think you already sort of had that feeling that you were going to build a life together.
Yes.
Even when you were 15 years old.
Absolutely.
After like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
After about 2 weeks, we told each other that we loved each other. And we started talking about what life would look like. He said that he wanted to get married at 23 and he wanted to buy a house in New Jersey. I'm from Brooklyn. He's from Queens. I transferred into his high school at 15, my junior year, and that's when I met him. And
It was a Catholic school, right?
yeah,
St.
St. Francis
Francis
Prep.
Okay.
St. Francis Prep in Flushing, Queens. And he had this whole prediction, and it's so blessed. Like, it all came true.
Yeah. We got married
It
at
all
23.
we got
You were
married.
20. Okay, you got married at
I was
23.
22. He was
And you bought a
23.
house in
We
New
bought a
Jersey.
house in
New Jersey,
Jersey.
Okay, before we before we finish this discussion, I found this to be fascinating because I've never heard it applied to family life before by anyone ever, by anyone anywhere, and that is to like some companies do or some clubs do, different organizations, you actually have in your family a mission statement.
Yes.
And you suggest that to sit down and think about what to put into a mission statement
Yes.
would be very valuable. Can you share that with us?
Of course. Now, I know it might sound corny, but it's not a mission statement where you have on your wall and all the kids have to point to it and read it before they come in the house. It's not like that. It's just something that we all did together that kind of
Yeah, the whole family got together.
Yes.
our crew.
A family meeting
Correct.
created the mission statement. This was
That's
not
right.
Imposed by
No.
the parents.
No. And this is all something that we wanted to do together of what represents us. So the first one is we are a unit. We're together. We're the Casey crew. We respect each other. No matter if we're arguing or not, we have to show that level of respect. We always have each other's backs. Regardless of what happens, you
Yes.
ride for your sister, you ride for your brother, your mother, your father, the same. We always uplift each other and point out the good in one another. So no matter what happens, we always show the good. If you're at a dance competition, if you're playing basketball and you lose, you show the good in one another. We represent each other at all times. If our kids are at anybody's house, if they're at your house, Jim and Ed, whatever, they have to make sure that when they leave, that Jim's going to say, you know what, your son, your daughter is polite, they're respectful, they look me in the eyes. That's the kind of, we represent each other. Our family is rooted in family, fun, and faith.
Yes.
We like to have fun. We are a Monopoly family. We are a playing family, but we always have a lot of faith. We pray every morning. We pray every night. We're thankful for the things that we have. And lastly, the most important is we are each other's soft place to land.
Yes.
There's a problem, situation, something that's uncomfortable, you bring it back to your family and we won't judge you. We will fix the problem. And that's our mission statement. And like I said, we don't have it just plastered on the walls, but it's something that we always talk about, and that's what we live out. That's what we live by.
It's important to articulate because people have a lot of notions, and when it's not articulated, when they don't have a moment where they're thoughtful about it and put everything together, a lot of times those notions get lost and you don't have something to refer back to. It's kind of in the same sense of having a vision board. A lot of people have a vision board because it gives them something visual that they can always refer back to, that lets them know their objectives, their goals, and it keeps them on a straight path. And that's what our mission statement is for us.
Well, DJ Envy, host of the biggest hip hop show in America and the world.
Yes.
The Breakfast Club, and Gia Casey. The book is Real Life, Real Family. It's published by Abrams Image. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a fine book filled with
Thank you so much.
a lot of interesting stories
Yes.
and some really great advice.
Yes.
Yes.
And you also have a podcast.
Yes, it's the Casey Crew podcast. We talk about all this in the podcast. We talk about our life, our relationship. I mean, we've been together 31 years, married 24. So we talk about all of that in there. And if you get the book, get it from Amazon, or if you love Audible, Audible has bonus content where they actually interview our kids.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Wow.
Yes,
they talk-
without us there.
Without us being there. So
All right.
it's very
Yes.
interesting.
Who's the voice of the book, though? Is it you guys
We-
reading
we
it?
narrate
Oh,
it.
okay.
We narrate
Well,
ourselves.
well, thank you for taking that walk down the hall to visit with us
for having
here
us.
at Q104.3.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.